Hello and welcome to this feature interview. I'm Kelsey Hubbard. Unfortunately, Josh Von Castle could not come on set today due to a student emergency, but we have our very own Caleb Simpson here to talk about his internship this summer. Caleb, thank you for joining me on such short notice.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so what exactly did you do this summer for your internship?
So I was selected by the Virginia Association of Broadcasters to intern at a station, and I interned at Summit Media. It's a media conglomerate back home. They do advertisements on the radio, of course. They run the songs, and they also have people that go out and actively sell these advertisements. So they kind of just plugged me into there, and I kind of did a little bit of each. I learned a little from the sales people. I worked with proposals and things of that nature. I worked on the ads, whether it was voicing them or cutting them. And it was a really neat experience, and I was definitely glad that I could do it.
Right. You mentioned back home. Where is that?
That's in Richmond, Virginia.
Perfect.
The 804.
Awesome. So it was told to me that it was kind of interesting for you to actually get this internship because it's not usually given out. How does that happen?
Yeah. So when I applied for the internship, I actually didn't even really realize this till it was completed. You usually only get it as a junior or a senior, but I got it as a sophomore. So that was really cool that they took that shot on me and put me in, and I think I definitely had a good summer and I learned a lot.
Definitely. So working for them, did you like rub elbows with any like big names that you would like to mention?
There's probably more so in like it would mean more back in home in Richmond, but I've met Melissa Chase, who's like I said, she's a pretty big deal. She gets mixed up in everything. It's just kind of cool to see the effect of radio on the local market. So Melissa Chase was a big name that I met. Melissa and Jack is one of the really good morning shows. I met Billy D and Lori, who also do a morning show, and they won the morning show of the year. And it was pretty cool to be able to, I sat in and I shadowed their morning show and like learned their process and what turned out to be an award-winning process. So that was pretty cool to be in there with them and continue to learn and hone my craft. So those were probably two of the biggest names that maybe people in Richmond would notice. That's pretty cool.
And I know our very own Nathan Fishel, who graduated last year, was a big mentor to you. How did you know him, and how was it working under him?
So I guess we first met in like the 6th grade lunch line. Me and Nathan, we went to the same middle school and high school, and we kind of grew close. We both ran cross country, so that was something that we always kind of had a bond over. When he left to come here to Emory and Henry, I actually was running with him and training with him over the summer. So we just got really close through all that, and then obviously I ended up coming here, and he kind of turned me onto the Mass Comm program and to get involved in different programs and different things on campus. So he was definitely a big help to me, and I hope he continues to do well. He continues to talk to me still. It's cool that, you know, this friendship, I didn't know what that 6th grade lunch line conversation would eventually lead to, you know. So that was it's pretty awesome to watch our friendship grow and us both continue to succeed, especially coming from the same school, same pretty much background. It's interesting.
That's really cool. So working at this internship, what is your, I guess, favorite moment or favorite part of working there?
Working with the creative director, Joe Duran, he was a pretty cool guy. He would hook me up with like all the projects and all the cool things to do. I would go into his office all the time, and he would be willing to give me advice. He really invested in my future, and it was just awesome to work with him. He was really laid back, and he would have me, like when I was voicing commercials and stuff, he would have me like play different characters, so it was kind of cool to like go through that to really hit like the mood of the commercial. So just working with Joe, I think, is my favorite part, and me and Joe continue to stay in contact as well, and I'm still doing some voicing for the station back home, and it's definitely a great opportunity, and I was happy that Joe invested in my future the way that he did.
Definitely. So I guess what are some, you work here at the Emory and Henry radio station, what are some things that you have learned from your internship that you take and work with every single day while you're here?
Okay, so definitely the Adobe Audition experience, like the experience there in cutting commercials and things like that, and it's called hitting the post, making sure everything flows together smoothly on the station. That's definitely a big skill that I picked up while I was there, and just generally having more of a mic presence. I was glad to have that summer full of developing my mic presence, developing confidence, behind the mic, and just really I guess kind of losing myself and just letting me kind of work through everything and really just hone my performance voice. So that's also definitely helpful. It came in handy. I did the first 3 halftime shows for WEHC 90.7 for football. So last year before the internship, I would have been really nervous to get on the mic and throw something together like that and run the soundboard even in general. I picked up some good experience on the soundboard too. So it was good to see all that come together fairly practically and something I'm passionate about, which is sports. So that was definitely key, picking up that skill to be able to do the halftime show for football.
Right. And some people who take their internships, they know exactly what they want to do when they come in, and their internship kind of changes it or shapes it. Has this internship helped you, I guess, decide a path where you want to go in life a little bit?
I'm definitely still uncertain, but I was happy to get more educated on a media field because I had no clue what the media world was like. All I could tell was from what Nathan had told me, but I was glad to experience that firsthand. Radio's a pretty laid-back field. You don't have to go in super dressed up or anything like that, super spiffy. It's pretty laid back. I could pretty much talk to anybody there. Everyone was really down to earth. So it was valuable to pick up experience in that media field. It may be something that I'm interested in, would continue to pursue, and maybe this summer will give me more insight on that as I'll continue to work with them part-time this summer. So it was very valuable. I won't say it's like the shining light at the end of the tunnel, right. the vision, I'm here now, but it was definitely, I think I'm pointing in the right direction,
well,
for sure.
Good. That's really exciting. So I mentioned earlier that you work here at the WEHC. What kinds of things do you do for us specifically as the radio station? Okay.
I continuing to voice ads. I voiced an ad for the presidential debate that was yesterday. So we did and ran that promo. Cutting music and doing different promos like that for the radio station. I do that as well. I'm helping a little bit with the fundraising this year. It's the 25th anniversary of the station.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing a live show tomorrow actually with Richard, just trying to get the word out, trying to get some money together to keep the station working and continuing to operate healthily and things of that nature. So just a little bit of everything. It was kind of like my internship. Just they kind of just plug me in, and if I can learn how to do it, and I can do it well, and they feel confident in my work, and I feel confident in it, then they'll continue to plug me in, and I'm glad for the opportunity.
Well, awesome. It sounds like you had a great experience, and I'm really excited that you had it. So thank you so much for coming on set at such short notice with me.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
This has been your feature interview. I'm Kelsey Hubbard with Caleb Sampson.